Welcome back. You know, a few weeks, just about 2 weeks ago, I interviewed Uncle Ebo White on my show, The Standpoint, and he made a statement that the spirit of Ghana hates good marriages. It hates good marriages, and that if you want your marriage to work, then you have to be un-Ghanaian, especially during this festive season. We push people to get married, and immediately you get married, and you seem to be enjoying your marriage, we start finding ways of, getting you to lose out or for you to fall of each other. Today, I'm excited to celebrate a love. My guest for the AM Talk this morning are Mr. and Mrs. Fianyo. Fianyo.
Fiawu.
Fiawu? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know who they are? Oh, they put them on too quickly. I was going to ask if you know who they are, then send me a WhatsApp and tell me who they are. Well, you've already seen them. So I'm privileged to have with me this morning Praye Titia and the one and only beautiful Selly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas to you.
Same to you too.
It's such a privilege being here.
Yeah.
It's nice to
In
see
the
you.
presence of Her Royal Highness. And such a beautiful intro, I must say.
Oh,
Thank you.
I mean, it's so true. Your
And
love is
congratulations
beautiful.
to you too for
Thank you.
your union.
Who's going to congratulate you now?
Good question.
we can first.
Today it's about you. So it's about you too. It's about you too.
Yes.
How has it been so far? You've been married for how many months now?
Well, it's a little over 3 months. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. A little
Selly,
over 3 months.
26th or?
Almost four months
December
actually.
Oh, Praye Titia, train yourself.
Okay, 26th September, October, November, December. Yeah.
4 months. So you see,
For once, the man remembers.
I know, right?
But congratulations.
Thank
Well
you.
done, well done, well
Thank
done. It's been such a journey, right?
Yeah, it's close to 7 years of dating before getting married. It's
No.
Okay.
Actually, 6 years of dating.
Okay.
Next year, February, is our 7 years of being together.
Yeah, okay.
A few months off 7 years is for our wedding.
Wow. You know, she has the specifics.
I'm already
the woman
counting
to
down
have-
to the first
trust the
anniversary,
woman to-
my gifts and all that. So
Trust the
I
woman
must
to
keep
have
count.
You are my kind of girl. I for the anniversary gifts, it's very important. They normally want it to happen on a holiday or a festive,
And
so
you know,
that they will remember.
He was kind and romantic enough to have it on my birthday.
Oh, that's
so it
sweet.
falls
Every
me-
year, oh.
So I have 2 packages waiting for me, and you're not going to compromise. We are not talking about it. 2 different ones, baby.
One for
Agree?
birthday and one for the
Yeah.
Yes,
anniversary.
even if it's even though it's the same day.
Okay.
But Selly, how are you enjoying marriage?
It's really good. It's quite different from the relationship. I didn't know how that was going to be, but I'm experiencing it. You know, something is different. I feel like the love is deeper now, and I care for him so much more than I care for myself. Some things that I would just, let go or not take so much keen interest in during the course of our relationship. It's of such paramount interest to me now. You know, I value him so much. It's unbelievable.
Yay,
Yeah,
Selly the
and-
wife.
And also there's a lot of blessings that are coming our way. It's I think marriage is such a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Are you using Praye Titia or you're using
Cartel
Big J.
Cartel Big J.
Big J. Yes.
Okay,
But
yeah,
Praye Titia is still, because
It's
Praye
still-
is back now. So.
Praye's back now?
Yes.
Okay. What about you? How are you finding marriage?
I don't really see the two, the difference is not too much. The only thing here is now the responsibility as a man, you think more of her first before everything else comes to play. Yeah, so it just makes your pocket go.
It makes your pocket work.
I was just kidding. That was just anyway.
Are you sure you're
It makes you do a lot of calculations this time around, and much more responsible for her than before. Yeah.
So before you got married, did you hear things like, "Oh, this guy, he's not the married type. Are you sure he will marry you?"
Actually not. On the contrary, when we started dating, I think within the first 2 months, all I was hearing around is, you've got a good man, keep him. That's what everybody was saying about him. And I mean, And they are very right. I experienced it myself. He's the best man I've ever had in my life.
Oh.
Yes, we hardly fight over anything. Probably remote or food, or who is getting the bigger
Trivial
meat.
things.
Because I cooked, I have to give him the bigger trivial things.
Right.
We've not even the course of our relationship. We've not even broken up even for a week and separated and say we are coming back. It's been straight like that. So it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good.
He's a very good man. Very.
He's what?
He's a very good man.
flattered.
He's a very good man. Oh,
I
that's
mean it.
that's what
I
every
do
woman
mean it.
wants, right?
Yeah.
A good man.
Yeah.
A good man too. Are you sure you're a good man?
That's what she says.
I'm asking you. Are you sure you're a good man?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to be.
But I mean, professionally, how has it been for you being on your own first of all?
Yeah, you know, during the course of our dating, we stayed most of the time together. So I've actually learned to adapt to, you know, how to juggle between, you know, my private life and my business life.
Right.
And so it's something I've been doing for years now. So
Okay.
I'm quite used to it. That's why I said the difference is not really, you know, I don't really see much difference. It's just the responsibility part that has, you know.
Yeah, but
been
your
realized.
music, you guys came together. You and Praye Titia
Praye Titia
came together just some few
months ago.
right?
Yeah, so
but
that,
before
that,
then,
yeah, before then I was Cartel Big J. I was doing my solo thing.
and how was it like for you?
It was okay because she was almost like my in-house manager. She was doing everything possible for me to, you know, when you're a solo act, and you have a partner, the role she plays in your life is much more intense than when you're a group. Because when you're a group, then the decision is, you know, it's collective decision, and it's more or less like it's out of her hands,
right?
Because she cannot make, you know, definite decisions that, sweetheart, I'm saying this is bad. She knows you have other colleagues to also brainstorm with or actually come to a consensus with. So, so that is the difference here. Now that Praye is back, she's taking a back seat a bit. Not that she's relaxed, but I mean, she'll do that.
A wife never takes a back seat anyway. But we'll come back to talk about, you know, just before we came on, we're talking about this breaking story that says 20 rushed to hospital after quarry explosion. At least 20 residents of Tiabo in the Edreji district of the Eastern region have been rushed to the Inswam government hospital after an explosion at a quarry site on Wednesday. The situation has led to chaos as residents flee the town for fear of aftershocks. Our reporter says the cause is not yet known, as residents say the site has been abandoned for some time now, but are sure the disaster was triggered by some dynamite in some large containers left at the site. Dynamite. Let's go straight to the feed and then we'll hear from the eyewitnesses and our reporter there.
And a heavy explosion. A different for one boss easy. Just a time ni party said a boy ya toa. Nipan na muni ni pet tishi police from one tishi team obedient me 574 crab ban obedient me rasi because explosion was so serious.
Uhwemu a fiti mra ade na start ye no wo betimi de wani abu nipa dodo a ebi etimi hwere omo kan wo saa time yi mu.
Okay, mla explosion is here de nipa be mienu ana na serious aba kokura dem say explosion ankasa na saa time ne de ye den epie ya a blasting at dem say o ma de meeting wo Kolebu and other guys na or down, but at the news na meeting nipa be 16 serious injury at the government hospital and they have admitted them there, so I can't verify the actual people who have died.
Na ahai say na ohwe a ban boy wo hanom eti because say bibi eti say ya etimi eye kodiawu ade a ewo mpotem ha say mpempini ya hu se ban boy dwuma kufo na eba ha ebehwe senia eniema ye wa ha eti ana.
Okay, actually the enemy say as development coming on, they close this stone quarry, so I don't actually know what the reason why they're always keeping that ammunition over here. So as for that, I can't tell. Then the security people we are in the town. If they are here, I can't. Yeah.
na sisi wankasa no kwan ben so na nya nsunsuaso wo so wo dan anase obusuani bi enam we so afiri mu anase sen na wo account.
Okay, busuafo bebre da sen me offer honorable dompre and from honorable former DC and current DC omu na story buildings na adi na eden ebubu and me antin so ono omo bia rivers just dan is a shake bibia glass or plastic bibia a disaster go down into me no areho e wo mi no just me hu asem kra asese me eden meka because it is was so amazing.
Bambo Juma eko no mra mu hu ade ya mo yi o masotire no omo etimi bedu ha entem so.
Oh, Bambo Juma for ne de no kure ni omo ba entem so ba said na ade ni sifa eye no omu ntimi nya den ebi kura ba ma omo hyehe fam ma ade na expose ma omo ya ntino e ma fast service for ne ade na no omo twen se pressure na be den e be ba down and stand on metimi aye den ewrem. And after that, no, a bad down, fast service for any police for any no to me then. A bemu beye almost the Omahu didn't bed, a bit Bambo from the Omoba. And never 5 minutes crab because the police station was nearer than some, so they rushed to pay. Thank you.
Well, so there you are. We had live feed from the site of the incident. According to the eyewitness, they had a huge blast, and then they rushed there. In fact, some of them were just rushing outside the vicinity because it sounded really scary. Well, according to them, the quarry had been closed down for some time now, but somehow some of them knew that there were some dynamites there, and they don't know how it suddenly exploded, causing such damage to the area and farms destroyed and so on and so forth. He actually commended the police for turning up on time because he said they turned up. This time we need to applaud the police. Just 5 minutes after it happened, because the police station was quite close, and they are calling on the military to come in to help them. And I think from the screens you saw the presence of the military there. So already they are there to help with the evacuation of the residents and the people in the area. 20 people, we are told, have so far been rushed to the hospital. We haven't heard about or confirmed any deaths yet, and we're keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that there hasn't been any deaths now. But this is what happened last night, and the story is unfolding. So as and when we get it, we are going to bring them to you. But before we continue our discussion, let me go on WhatsApp. We have good morning, lovely people. I feel very sad that this has happened to Madame Jifa Ativo, former Minister for Transport. In fact, she has been one of the finest ministers, but for the rebranding saga, God help her, from Prosper Silencer. Have you been following events in the news?
Yeah, I try. Because
Selly, what's that look?
yeah, I try.
Apart from his music, he doesn't follow anything in the news, right?
I try. The least time I get, I try to, because most of the time I give 80% of my time to my music. So I try. The little amount of time I get, that I'm not doing anything music, I try to follow what's happening. Trying to be social media is also helping a lot.
They're helping a lot.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Okay. I try to be abreast with what's happening. Give it some percentage.
Selly, what about you?
Well, I follow news a lot.
Okay.
A little bit, a lesser percentage of politics, but entertainment, yes, I do.
So you've heard about the rebranding saga?
Yes, I have.
Of the buses. 116 BRT buses.
That is over the top. I think it's outrageous. The amounts that they are quoting, that they are, the posting of the stickers are worth, it's just too much. I don't know what is happening in our country. I see a lot of beautiful, the roads are being done, there are nice things going on around town, but the citizens are complaining about so many things. And then we wake up, then we get to hear that these are the amount that is being, that has been paid for the rebranding of you know, buses with presidents' faces on it. I mean, this is totally outrageous. This money can go. But on the other hand, I also heard that the people, Smarties management, are saying that that is not the amount that they were paid. You know, so I don't really know what is happening.
The interesting, I've heard that part too, but the interesting thing is that the bill or the paper being circulated and we've seen on social media
has been signed by them
and stamped with their it's a letterhead, and then so I mean,
wow,
there's a lot more that we need to understand. You know, Mr.
Fiawu, yeah.
Yes.
I think I also heard about it. I saw it on the, you know, these days there's nothing like you cannot, that is only entertainment. You know, politics you can just pop up on social media, and you know, I saw the figures. I even, you know, alerted her on this, and she said she's also seen it, but it was not an in-depth something. And I feel like it's you know, there's a lot that's Ghanaians are lacking now. Citizens, basic things like, you know, like lights, like water, you know. Yeah, doomsday is a major problem.
Yeah. Does it affect, is it affecting you professionally?
It does. You know, these days, people will have to check their, you call your sound engineer, Charlie, today we go if you can't work. Oh, Charlie, make I check my doomsday timetable. You know, they actually have a timetable for, you know, they would consult their doomsday timetable before they will consult even the artists who are supposed to be working. So it affects us in all ways. Somebody also made a joke that it's affecting their marriage, you know. It's here because, well, you know what I mean, you cannot do your thing in that heat.
Well, I thought you were going to say darkness. I was going to say darkness has nothing to do with it.
No, that heat,
I understand.
I mean, you know, so it's about time, you know, we pay attention. We put Ghana first. That's what I think. Well, once you put Ghana first, it makes you, you know, whatever thing you're doing, you put Ghana first. It makes you do the right thing.
But why exactly did the minister resign?
Exactly. That's this morning I was asking Nana about it, because we need to know. The statement just says she's resigned over the rebranding saga. Is it because she was just the minister and then she was she the one who signed it? Was she the one who approved it? We don't know the details.
Because from what I also know, sometimes when they want to let you off in a nice way so that people, they cover up for things that you've done to the company, they actually let you resign first instead of coming out to say you've been fired. That's a nicer way.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to ask you, do you think her resignation should end this saga?
I don't think so. I think we should probe more into it. You know.
Yeah, because it's, I mean, you cannot, you resigning doesn't mean that the thing will go away. The issues are still going to be there. Questions need to be answered, and people need to account for, you know, things like this. Yeah, so
there are those who are saying that, for example, we don't have to blame Smarties. Is it Smarties?
Yeah, Smarties. Yeah.
Smarties. We don't have to blame them because they presented a budget. Yeah. They said we can do this for you at this. So it's the government and then those who approved it. Who we have to. Do you agree?
Yeah,
to that?
I do. I totally agree with you, because I mean, I'm a businessman. If I come to you or I present my proposal to you and it's outrageous, and you still go ahead and because I'm a businessman, I want money, I want to make profit. So whatever budget I present to you, it's up to you, the authorities, to, you know, sit down and, you know, go through it. If you're going to cut down on, you know, say I want this, I don't want that, you know, then we come to a consensus, then we go ahead. But if I present my budget to you and you agree to it, it has nothing to do with me. It's not my fault. You approved it.
But I think we should actually set up a publishing company. Looking at the figures that are going on, yeah, it's lucrative.
Because I was just telling a friend yesterday that
deals with the government and all that.
2016 has not been good at all.
2015.
2015.
Hey,
sorry.
2016 will be good.
Yes,
2016 will be good.
2015 has been a tough year for almost everybody, not only, you know, us. You know, a lot of people are complaining, and so when I heard this story, I'm like, hey, this year has really ended well for some people who now need cash. People have actually gotten this huge amount of money at the end of the year. You know, just from few weeks to the close of the year. So I mean, if it's not good for you, it's good for somebody. Somebody's actually enjoying. So,
are you worried about the way the situation is in our country now, especially for the youth?
I'm very worried because I think that we still have the problem of unemployment for the youth. And I also feel like, aside that, there should be a lot of education to the youth, especially the women, to actually learn hand trades. I believe so much in that, even makeup, hairdressing, a lot of that. Not just concentrate on getting our degrees and diplomas and sitting in beautiful chairs like this and stuff. We are all not cut out for that. So if we can actually push them, educate them, create such awareness that they have to know that you have to learn hand trade, even as a second job.
Right.
I mean, because how do I say this? We can't rely on the government, obviously, from what we are seeing. So it's just you for yourself now. There's a lot of things happening in the country that we are all not happy about. Some
are also saying, Praye Titia, that it's quite scary when we get into a situation where, especially the youth, feel that it's a do or die. My life is in my own hands. I can't rely on government. I can't rely on the state.
Yeah.
So I have to do everything possible to survive.
Yeah. You're very right, because when you're in a country where a lot of the infrastructures are not in place, things are not moving on, there's no light, the basic amenities are not even being granted you,
and are expensive, even the ones we have.
Yes, it puts you in a position to want to also do things on your own now, and it brings a lot of lawlessness to as well. It brings a lot of dubious people trying to use dubious means to survive, because man has to survive, and most of the people who are facing this problem are people, the ordinary Ghanaians, the people who don't have the opportunity to make the kind of money some people are making, so they try to put things take things into their own hands. And
those who also say that there's a sense of hopelessness in the system.
Yeah, it is, because people are not actually thinking straight. Trust me, if there's a lot going, if there's a lot that's not going wrong right in the system, a lot of people will not think straight, and when you're not thinking straight, it makes you it makes you act certain ways that is not it's not in the right direction. Yeah.
Sally, any hope?
Well, I always have faith, any day, anytime, anywhere. There's always hope. But it depends on us, the individuals, and the authorities that are, in the right places to make things happen the way they should. Like you said, I mean, these things, that we not having hope in the government anymore brings about a lot of vices, and the youth. Gone were the days when you can walk or drive freely without encountering or having to barge into police vehicles or patrols and stuff. Even though it's for our own protection now, I mean, it still doesn't make some of us feel too free. You get, and why is this? Because crime is on the high now in Ghana. Aside the fact that the expenses in Ghana is a lot now. People, even white people, travel to Ghana and they are complaining that Ghana is so expensive to live in. We face that a lot with our business partners who come in, and it is not very pleasant, But I think there's hope.
Isn't it because maybe we depend on government too much? We expect too much from government.
That is that is actually one of the reasons, and I think that is a characteristics of Ghanaians, we the citizens. We like depending on people. So if we can actually change that to, like I said, by educating ourselves, creating awareness, and you do that a lot with your platforms.
Right. Some say that we've been spoon-fed for too long. So we've been spoon-fed for too long.
But we've been paying our taxes, so they have to do what they have to do with our monies, to make us comfortable.
At least the basic ones we are even being denied. Basic one, light, food, water. And you are not getting this. There are certain times, trust me, lights will be off, water will not be running.
And in this 21st century, you still go into some villages and still see students studying under trees.
Yeah.
I mean, and the basic thing should even be a block where they can actually sit. I mean,
schools,
they might not have to have the expensive books or textbooks or whatever, but I mean, there's structure to sit in. We don't have to face students studying under trees in this 2015.
Yeah.
2015. I mean, we are not moving too fast at all.
And despite it all, we are hearing of dynamite explosions.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's a sad situation.
And Edreji is not too far from Accra.
At all, and it's scary because you know, it's an unfortunate thing to be happening at this time that we're supposed to be. You know, it's a merry-making season for all of us. You know, the year has ended. You know, we're health-wise we are okay. And just a few days away from entering into 2016. It's not a pleasant news to encounter at this point. You know, but my heart goes to the you know, family of people who've been affected, and we pray that it doesn't get to that stage. All the people are in the hospital. We'll wish them speedy recovery. Yeah.
And if what we heard from the man, the eyewitness, is anything to go by, the quarry had been closed down for some years now. So what went into closing it? Did they check to make sure that everything had been, every dynamite or whatever explosive that were kept in there had been removed? I mean, how? You just wonder.
They did not check enough. Else this wouldn't have happened. Or maybe it's an oversight. Probably they actually checked, but you know, they didn't see some of these things happening. For this very situation, I don't think that we can actually...
Sally, hold on a second and let's go to location, because we have I've seen some officials, and I'm sure the DCE and other people in authority in the area have turned up. So let's listen to them.
Obviously, if you look around, the whole place looks like a war zone. What happened yesterday, somewhere around 2:30 to 3, we saw thick, dark smoke spilling out of, you know, the old quarry site, Piabo quarries. Unknown to most of us, apparently they've been operating, you know, as a warehouse, you know, for explosives. Now, so when I personally saw, you know, the thick smoke coming out, I knew exactly that, you know, with explosives over there, the best thing to do was to advise, you know, the tenants in my house to, you know, get out, you know, as quickly as possible. I was trying to brush my teeth and get out when the first blast actually, you know, happened. So, you know, I got hit, you know, from the ceiling debris, and I came out. But after about 30 or so minutes, we decided to go in to see if we could retrieve a few things and get out of the place. That was when the second, you know, blast, you know, happened, and the force of it was so great that you know, you basically, you know, see what has happened to my house. It brought it down, and we had to figure out how to retrieve a few things and get out, you know, of here. So basically, that is what I can say for now as a lay person. The, you know, best people to give you a vivid description of what exactly happened over there will be the Minerals Commission, the police, the fire, because the police and the fire came there earlier. We heard the sirens, they came there earlier. But if you look at how the fire was burning, I don't think the fire department, the police, or anybody could do anything about it. But what you see is what you've got. If you look at the file of Piabo, they are registered as a quarry company. The assembly at the time I handed over was never aware of this operation of explosives, okay? Because the business operating permit renewed every year by the assembly has always been as a quarry company and not as a company dealing in explosive. If anything has changed since I handed over, I wouldn't be able to say anything about it. But to answer the question directly, we've always known them as a quarry company and not as a company dealing in explosives. Well, in the midst of all this, you are going to get a lot of people saying whatever they will say. I have never seen the police escorting them in and out. I believe this question should be addressed directly, to the police. They should be in a position to, either confirm or deny it. But me, as a private citizen, at this particular moment, And as former municipal chief executive, I've always known Piabo Quarries as just a quarry company and not as a company operating in explosives.
Okay, so we just heard the former MCE for the area, and it seems that he himself was affected. He said during the first blast, debris coming from his ceiling, and during the second one, they realized that things were getting out of hand. And he used the phrase that the place is looking like a war zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Selly, 21st century Ghana.
Yeah,
One day to Christmas. In fact, Christmas starts today.
Yeah, tomorrow is Christmas actually, and that's why I said it's unfortunate because it only goes to show how irresponsible we are. We are not responsible for, if obviously it's a clear testification of somebody not doing his work well.
Yeah, and he said that they know it as a quarry site, not an explosive company.
Of course.
So how did explosives get there
in the first place? Yes, but from what I know, the little I know quarry. You need to have dynamite to blast the rock to so that you can get the.
But you don't keep it there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's somebody's irresponsible.
Let's sell it coming, because the same attitude of we don't supervise, lack of supervision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People construct roads and you see it being asphalted. The next rainy season, everything is off. Who supervises it? But meanwhile, there's a whole chain. A whole chain of how things should be done there, but it's not done. Look at some of the we are watching some of the roofs. I mean, roofs actually coming off the buildings.
I think this is much more serious.
That shows how heavy the blast was.
The blast was.
Because I'm sure this building is
Look at that.
Is a little further from the
definitely.
Yeah.
Look at that, the story building.
That's the damage it's been able to do to something that is not even quite close to the site.
This means that all these buildings are in very shaky areas now.
Yes.
They can be crumple down any moment because the very foundations have been shaking.
Yeah.
And like you said, lack of supervision. And also, I think that the old infrastructures that we have, or the mining sites and all these things, once in a while, the government should send people to go and check.
Yeah.
We shouldn't just leave it to continue. I need a word. To continue
That's the word you want to use.
to continue getting bad over time.
Okay. Deteriorate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Exactly. I'm not eating this morning, so I might forget something.
I know, right? Same here.
Deteriorating. We need to actually check these sites from time to time so that it doesn't become a death trap to the citizens.
Yeah, talking about not eating. My husband woke up this morning. He made tea for himself. He didn't make one for me, so I'm not on good terms with him this morning.
You didn't try.
Thank you.
And he's right here in the studio.
You didn't try.
Someone says, "Wow, Selly, such a brilliant and smart woman. Indeed, Praye is so lucky to have her as a wife. May their love deepen as we enter into 2016." From
Amen.
Enoch, say she approved too. That's really nice of you. Thank you very much. Now another issue that is on the table, the bus rebranding. We've done it. The minister resigning. Meanwhile, the latest on that is that the AG has been ordered, that's the chief of staff, has ordered the Attorney General to recover 1.9 million from Smarties management.
Wow.
1.9 million out of the 3.6.
3.6 million. That's an outrageous
and quite an impossible task, because I think that looking at this, when I open a business, I'll put no refund. Really. Because this is where we actually have to agree that you don't have to blame the Smarties company or management, because they have given you their bill and you have approved of it, you have accepted it and paid us our money. So why do you come back for a refund?
That shows you the level of irresponsible. Yes, because how would you even...
Now, listen to this. This is quite interesting.
Yes.
It says a detailed pro forma invoice for the rebranding of the bus reviewed. Government paid 11,000 for stickers placed on each bus. 11,000.
Ghana cedis.
The pro forma invoice dated 17th July 2015 and signed by the accounts officer of Smarties Management and Productions and copied to the Ministry of Transport, put the total cost of branding for each bus at 30,420 Ghana.
That's the total
cedis.
cost. Baby, can the money buy a bus?
No.
Or
Obviously
half
can't.
of it.
But that's crazy. That's a crazy amount of money to be spent on one bus.
I mean, they're throwing dust into our eyes.
It's not like you're buying.
broad daylight.
Because 30,000 on the street, that can get me a cool car. That can get me a cool car. That's,
if you're lucky, it can even get you 2 cars.
Yeah, 2 cars. And we are here.
You see, Selly, typical man, car. He's thinking about. Our time is up, so Selly, 2016. What are you looking forward to?
2015. People. I mean, I'm sure you all agree that it's been quite a shaky year. A lot of us have sold. And 2016 we are going to reap, definitely. And I want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to our fans. Yesterday we actually won the Celebrity Couple of the Year. Yay! Celebrity Wedding of the Year.
You were now considering.
Yes, but I mean, it's the royal wedding. And to even be in the same category with you, it's actually a big deal. And we're thankful to our fans who voted. I'd like to say a big thank you to my fans first, for the support always, for the viewers of premieres that I host on Joy Prime here on Multi TV. I've picked up 2 awards this year. I have about 7 nominations, and I also have 2 international awards. I have a nomination for Ghana Movie Awards for Best Supporting Actress. So please, if you're my fan and you're out there, please
vote for me.
Okay. Vouching for me. Thank you so much.
All right then.
Well, I think 2015 has been good. One big thing that happened to me, the biggest thing actually that happened to me in 2015 is marrying the love of my life, which is Selly. And then the second biggest thing that also came up was the reunion of Praye, and I'm very happy. Praye, we are back. Kwamasta is the only one out there, but once the majority the majority is out there. So where we're back, there's a lot of good things going to be happening in 2016. Watch out for our new single. We're in the studio recording. Watch out, something big is coming. Trust me.
All right, we wish you the best of luck, and thank you so much for making our morning. And we'll be following to see what is next.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Up next is the entertainment segment with Becky.